we will take action to protect our citizens in Northern Ireland, to protect the institutions of devolved government in Northern Ireland. This supersedes everything else, the duty we have, the obligation we have to our own citizens, to stable government, to peace and prosperity in Northern Ireland. We still want, and this is very, very important, Joe, we still want a negotiated solution. But if your negotiating partner is at the point of saying there's nothing to talk about, then we have a moral obligation to take action to protect our citizens in Northern Ireland.
Right, and all I'm trying to understand is what that action actually is. Is that action for a bill, for law, to be introduced next week to give you the capacity to override that protocol?
Well, look, Joe, it would be inappropriate for me to tell you and to tell this programme and your viewers what the government intends to do before ministers have told Parliament. The Foreign Secretary will come to Parliament and explain it. But essentially what we need to do is get to the point where you don't have to fill in all of this to move goods within your country that are destined for sale and consumption in your company. I use the example of, there are manufacturers, over 200 companies in Great Britain who have simply decided to stop supplying to Northern Ireland. When you've got to the point that you need veterinary certificates for shortbread that is consumed in Northern Ireland, sold in Northern Ireland supermarkets. When you've got to the point where a container load of goods for Sainsbury's requires the same level of checks when there are no Sainsbury's supermarkets in the Irish Republic as goods going to the Irish Republic, something has gone wrong.
Although I understand, and you need the EU to come back to the negotiating table. They have so far said very firmly that is not going to happen. Another person who doesn't think the protocol should be unilaterally scrapped by the UK is Theresa May, the former Prime Minister. She says government ministers like you need to consider what such a move would say about the United Kingdom and its willingness to abide by treaties that it has signed. What would you say to her?
Well, look, I would say to Theresa, whose negotiating stance led to the challenges that led to the protocol, I would say look at what the protocol actually says. Look at the provisions of Article 16, where there are moves within it, to mechanisms within it for either side to unilaterally take safeguarding actions if there are societal implications. And I would say to Theresa May that when not a single unionist was elected in the unionist designation in Stormont, and it is the major block to the reformation of devolved government in Northern Ireland, that is clearly a societal impact. And I think I would say to Theresa, our request of the EU is a perfectly moderate, reasonable one that I think most people, when we explain it, think the UK is actually doing the right thing here. We don't want to legislate unilaterally, but we have got a duty above all to the citizens of our United Kingdom in Northern Ireland to fix this.